to another exciting episode of Video Game Bang. Your weekly source for all things video game. Featuring your fearless hosts, Cory, Vincent.
I'm pretty much Microsoft and Marvel. The cans are on. It's when ish gets real. People get shot during the day?
And Aaron Carter.
Buy the armor, I equip it, and it's like pink thong. The guy that delivers vending machine items in my job, he can play the right.
Fill up your Mountain Dew and grab your Doritos. It's time for Video Game
Bang! What is up, my pizzas? Oh my goodness. I am so glad to be home in VGB Studios in Sacramento, California, where it's hot, but nowhere near as humid as San Diego was. Yes, we are back from San Diego Comic-Con. That is why we did not have a weekend bang, but that is why you had so much extra podcastular content to listen to if you're following the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, the Google Store, all those places. We had some amazing coverage. We had we had a podcast episode for each day featuring the real David Webb, the real Aaron Carter, and Jessica, the Maid of Might. You can see her in the studio if you're watching us on twitch.tv. If you're not, what are you doing with your life? You need to show up here, support the show, chat with us. We respond. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're going to be talking about San Diego. We're going to be talking about some Pokemons. But before we get to that, we got to introduce our panel of cast. Here we are. My friend, he's never missed a show. He went to his first San Diego Comic-Con this last week. For one day, Aaron Carter.
Rock them Bamas. That's what I did.
You rocked them Bamas?
Rock them Bamas.
Tell me what this means.
You'll learn. Eventually you'll learn. Hey!
Hey!
Wow, look at that. Starting
like
to show
them.
off right. Rasta Nefarious.
Of course, he's one of the Bamas. I enjoyed it. Doing my first San Diego Comic-Con and my first panel,
Yeah.
Two
birds, one stone. Boom.
The
There
way
it is.
you approached it was a little interesting because you drove. You were the only one from the
Yes.
crew to drive. But
Yes.
and the con ran from Wednesday preview night to Sunday.
Yes.
You decided to drive up on Saturday?
Well, initially I applied for the whole week off so I can go there for the whole thing. But when my job said you don't have the time off, I was like, well then, damn. So
Don't you just hate being an adult?
so I opted for the Friday and Monday, and I got those 2 days off, and I was like, you know what, I'll prep Friday and I'll drive Saturday, go kill it on Sunday, and return home on Monday.
We'll talk more about his panel in a bit, but first we have another man who was with us. We split a room. We brought our wives along, and it was his first Comic-Con as well. Yeah, last time we bring those wives. Good Lord. We'll talk about that too. The real David Webb.
What's going on, everybody?
How was your Comic-Con?
That was a blast.
Is it what you expected?
So much more.
Your first one too?
Yeah, my first one too.
Huh.
Actually, no, it was about what I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got too excited. No, I think it was what I expected, although I was hoping to get into more parties with famous people.
Wow.
But it's my first one, so,
You got into a party with Sir Aaron Carter, sir.
so I was hoping to get into the more
Yeah.
famous people parties.
Just the fact that Aaron went to a party was pretty amazing.
That is. Which one did... Oh, yeah, that's
Funny or
right.
Die, yeah.
Funny or
Yeah.
Die, yeah.
And then also joining us on the panel, we love having her on the show. She helped us out big time in San Diego. Jessica, Maid of Might.
Hello, friends.
How are you doing?
So good. I slept all day Monday
Yeah,
and part of yesterday, so I'm finally recovered from Comic-Con.
officially the con hangover is over.
Oh, yeah. It's a whole nother experience being in costume, let me tell you.
Well,
It's so exhausting.
Okay, you and I got to interview the creator of Deadpool,
Yes, we did.
Rob Liefeld.
Yes.
And he was a blast. He was a blast and a half.
Heck yes. We didn't have to talk at all.
No, yeah, he talked. And he was very forthcoming with all the questions. We started talking about like potential like castings for Cable and what
Really?
he gave full opinions on what he thought of the X-Men
What did
movies.
he say?
You have to listen to it.
Oh.
Yeah, you
listen-
haven't listened
Wow.
to it? What are you doing?
What are you doing with
we don't
Snapchatting.
listen to our shows.
Snapchatting. Yeah, I'm
We're like Tom
like
Cruise.
yeah.
Tom Cruise watches movies. We don't listen to our own show.
Exactly.
Aaron is the worst when it comes to like trying to, I was trying to sell the other podcasts. I was hyping it up like a commercial, and Aaron's like, just tell me everything. can't just flash you on,
Well, you know
on
what?
the first date.
You know what I learned? I really like listening to our old podcasts. 7 hours of old podcasts. Have you ever listened to that? That's what I did when I drove 7 hours.
That's what you listen to the podcast.
I listened to all the old podcasts, and let me tell you, I had a ball. It was the most entertaining. It got me through at least the first 5 hours.
Oh,
but then the grind. It wasn't the podcast. It was the grind that kind of wear it down.
Once
but
you hit that grapevine,
listening to us back in the day in the early, man.
That first episode.
Man, no, I didn't start from the first. I started from
No?
like episode 15 or something like that.
Okay.
But it's the Wild West back then, and I loved it. I loved every
Well, I
single
guess
second
I
of
can forgive you for not listening to mine.
it. Okay, I'll accept it.
I'll accept your forgiveness.
All right. That was easy.
it was. I mean, okay, I love Jessica to pieces, but walking with you at a convention is miserable.
It sucks.
Because every 3 feet you get stopped. We were talking to the man who created Deadpool. I mean, this guy is recognizable. Like,
Is he though?
Yeah. When you see his face,
yeah.
you'll be like, "Oh,
if you
that
follow
guy."
his Instagram, you know what he looks like.
Well, that's true about everybody.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
If you follow my Instagram, I hope
But-
you know what I look
He
but
like.
does
posts a lot of
he-
pictures of his face.
Do you have more followers on Instagram than he
I
does?
think so.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm gonna look it up.
Did you drop that
That's
bomb on
not
him?
fair though, because Jessica
Yeah.
Maid of Might's a very popular cosplayer. You can't just say, "Yeah, well."
Yeah, but you
I
were
have
touting,
more variety in my posts. I'm not sure though. Like now, I'm kind of curious.
but
I'm
you were
like,
touting this guy's. Oh, he made Deadpool. Yes, he did.
Yeah, which
but-
is awesome. He was in the movie.
But does he have more followers than you?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Who was he in the movie?
He played
himself.
Deadpool. He played Deadpool.
Yeah, no, he was
Deadpool.
himself in the movie.
Well,
You got stopped all the time, right?
Well, we were
Yeah.
interviewing him, and a lot of people were walking by, and Jessica did the interview in her Spider-Gwen, the punk Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were walking by, and we think like, man, maybe they're checking out Liefeld, or they think something's going on. It's not a small operation. We have microphones, and it
There
looks
was a
like something's going down.
hardcore camera that he brought with his team.
Nice.
Yeah, he was being like, they were like, you mind if you guys are B-roll in this whatever they're shooting? And we're like, yeah, that's cool. So it looks like a production's happening, and people are walking by, and then as soon as we stand up and shake hands, the mob that comes up to like ask for pictures asks Jessica.
Yeah, I know.
They didn't
Like
care.
when he had just sat down before we even started the interview, I had this group of guys be like, oh, "Can I get a picture with you?" And I was like, "Nope, doing something."
Yeah.
Wow.
Deadpool.
Also, okay, guys. Not only did I go on his Instagram, and he has 40,000 less followers than I do.
Wow.
He reposted the image I posted with him. I'm sorry.
Oh, he
I'm
did.
hardcore
Oh, he
fan.
did, yeah.
He
Yeah.
totally did.
He's trying to get some follows.
Oh God.
We all did the same thing, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so
He has 51.9 thousand followers.
51.9 thousand.
51.9 thousand?
Yeah.
I feel like you could have worded that a little bit better. You could have just rounded it. Said 52,000.
51.9.
No, I'm not gonna give that to him.
Yeah, that doesn't
You're not going to give him
sound-
100?
I'm not gonna give him 100.
Okay.
Lord.
I'll give Jessica 100. She has 98,000.
There it is.
Yeah.
Almost at 100K. Huh?
Almost.
Actually, that was
Close.
400. But yeah, give her. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it was a fantastic time. We interviewed also me and Eddie from the Filmlosophers got a chance to talk to Mark Rosewater, who is the creative head of Magic the Gathering for the past 20 years.
Nice.
He's the one who decides like the name, what plane they go to, and a lot of the cards. He has the final say in all the abilities and R&D and a bunch of cool stuff. So we talked to him. That interview blew up over Reddit. So if you guys are fans of Magic the Gathering, want to get some information on the new set Kaladesh and the prospects of a Magic the Gathering movie, you're going to want to check out that podcast as well.
What are the prospects?
Very good.
This is going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he named a producer and a studio. You're going to have to listen to find out which one.
So when you were,
wait.
you were, wait, it'll be announced eventually.
Oh,
You're the worst hype man.
You did how many cosplays over the
I
Comic-Con?
did one per day except for Sunday because we left Sunday.
Ah, okay.
But had I stayed for Sunday, I would have also cosplayed that day too.
I feel you too.
I'm
Being
hardcore.
stopped to have people take your picture, that's
Good.
And like
that's
honestly,
crazy.
You know,
getting anything done at Comic-Con is hard enough.
good job, Jessica. Just
But
skip
when-
right over
when-
his self-comment.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I don't even think I caught it.
What he was doing
okay.
there is because he feels...
I got a little cosplay love because I cosplayed a little while I was
No,
there.
you wore a cool
I'm
shirt.
sorry. I'm
like,
sorry.
did you? Because
He wore a cool enough shirt. It was his Black Panther Eddie Murphy crossover shirt, Coming to
Yes.
America shirt.
Yes.
And the first thing he says when he gets to the table, it's not, wow, Comic-Con's amazing, or this is way better than I expected, or yay, San Diego. He's like, so someone stopped me to take my picture.
Yeah.
That was a spot on impression, by the way.
Thank you.
That was
I've been working on it.
Have you?
the worst.
That was the worst. Wow.
Say terrible.
Terrible.
Boom.
He sounds like a hillbilly. Terrible.
That's
That-
terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. You're
Impression
fading
of
into
his
Mater.
impression.
I'm going to do an impression of his impression of my impression.
That's terrible. They were taking pictures of my shirt and they wanted to know where I got it from.
He had a cool black
but I
moment?
couldn't. It was just a regular moment.
No, you called it your
I said it was
big
a black moment.
black moment. You called it
I
your
didn't say
black
big black moment. No.
Whoa. This is a family show,
Yeah.
guys.
Well,
Well,
let's see. Let's put you in one of my costumes, and we'll see how
Whoa.
much attention you get.
I
I want to see
Probably
Aaron
get a lot, but I will
as
never.
Spider-Gwen.
Spandex,
Will
yo.
never.
Oh,
Like
wait,
you
spandex.
said.
Never mind.
No, spandex. It'll contour around any curve you got.
That's
There'll be a lot of curves,
That's
I'll
what
tell you
I'm
that.
concerned about. I don't know if I want to see those curves.
Be a lot of curves.
Oh god.
So we were walking down the street, cruising down the street with
Don't-
Aaron.
don't do that.
No, what?
Just
Well, we did see Eazy-E.
yeah, I didn't really
We saw Eazy-E from Straight Outta Compton.
see.
And like pretty much right after that, we were walking past the store, and two African American fellows pop out of the store and
Wow.
pretty much abduct Aaron. They're like they grab him up. Aaron goes into the store, and then me and Webb are just kind of left out in the streets. Like, what the hell just happened? And he's been in there for quite some time. Like Aaron's in there for about 12 minutes, and me and Webb are like, do you think like he got mugged or
A
something?
lot can happen in 12 minutes.
A lot.
Yeah, a
can
lot
happen.
can happen.
Aaron's dad. Long story short, Aaron's dad.
Wow.
We go in there, and they're just wrapping up, doing their bro hugs, and all that kind of stuff.
Oh wow.
And then Aaron's like, yeah, I just had a black moment.
I said, don't worry about it. It's a black moment. Let's go. Because you guys came in, hey guys, what are we what are you talking about?
Are you done with my black friend?
And I'm like, good Lord. Just look.
There's some mean looking guys out there, and I think we need them to keep us safe.
No, they were cool people. They, I was like, you guys were like the second or third people to pull me over from my shirt to, get a picture and everything like that. And they really like can appreciate it. It's one of my favorite shirts.
I remember
definitely,
the
so.
shirt, and you were all smiles when I walked up. I
It's-
remember.
yeah.
I've never seen you smile so much.
It had
Were
nothing
you
to do with
celebrity
you,
or what?
actually.
No.
It's just him.
one of
No.
my favorite shirts, and I was like, yeah, and it's cool because it's from a website where they don't sell the shirt anymore. It's like that one
So it's
day.
like vintage.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, this is dope.
I know Photoshop.
So what were some
I
of the
can-
conversations that took place in this store?
What were some of the conversations?
Wait,
Yeah.
are we allowed to know?
Probably not.
We're not part of the black
The
delegation.
delegation would get on me if I.
Oprah would be pissed.
Oh yeah, she's already emailing me like, "Why have you gone in public with that shirt?
Yeah.
You're supposed to keep that in private." So
That's for the meetings only.
no, we just talked about old movies and stuff like that. They was
Also,
nerded out on.
Have
old
you guys
stuff.
seen the shirt that's like the Black Panther, but it's Simba? Like Simba.
Yes.
Oh god, that's the coolest
That
shirt.
was being
That
sold
one is
there
good.
as well, and yeah, I wanted to buy that one too. Yeah, but no, it was cool. Moving right along.
So we can't know.
What?
I want to know like everything that happened.
Why?
I don't know.
It was just a conversation with two gentlemen.
Okay. Speaking of a conversation with two gentlemen, there was some controversy over a certain animated film that premiered at San Diego Comic-Con called The Killing Joke.
Did they actually show it there?
Yeah,
the
they
full
did.
thing?
Yeah, they
awesome.
did, they did.
Awesome.
It was a premiere, so they premiered Star Trek, and then there was a premiere for Killing Joke. But some people are not happy about it, Aaron.
And those people are called fools.
Gizmodo had a great article about it that summarized it perfectly. Did you read the Gizmodo?
I did.
It was
And
very down the middle.
I
That one was
down the middle.
the one from Gizmodo.
The one that you linked in was the one I literally was reading as you linked it to me.
Yeah, same with me. The
was it really?
IO9.
Yeah. Yes,
yeah, that's the
IO9.
one I used for the show notes.
And it was literally why he linked it again. I was like, we just talked about this. This is coming from somebody that did not read the book.
Okay, so let's summarize. The Killing Joke, super popular. It's been getting like such great hype leading up to this moment. Everyone's talking about it. It's going to be rated R.
Yes.
Conroy's back as Batman. Luke Skywalker's back as the Joker.
Basically.
Tara Strong
I don't know if she played the original one
She
with
was
Conroy.
Harley.
She's
But
always
she
been
Harley?
Harley.
Okay.
Yeah, she's always been Harley
I don't
Quinn.
think she was Batgirl though.
And just from the clips I've seen, I don't think I'm digging her so much
As Batgirl?
When
Yeah.
she speaks as Batgirl, I hear Harley.
Yeah.
You hear Harley too?
Yeah, I hear
Because you're
Harley.
a batshit crazy person.
Can you pull up that
Maybe it was
article?
just why what happened in
You pull up
the
that article
Killing
for
Joke
me?
happened. Anyways, but the graphic novel is so good and it's iconic.
Yeah, it's classic. It's got some very pivotal moments for that character, Barbara Gordon. But the Batman Killing Joke, they added some stuff. There was like a 30-minute prologue that was never in the comics that focused on Batgirl.
Yes.
But what it included that people didn't like is a sex scene with the Batman.
That's very
It
Just
implies.
Batman.
It
Just
implies
implies a
hardcore.
sex scene.
What else
What?
were they doing?
No, there's
No, they are.
No,
but,
no,
but to say sex scene.
No. As soon as it like panned down, Batman's like, "Get off!"
There you go.
Robin's gonna find out.
That would be amazing. He's like, ugh. That's what you wanted from this?
Yucky.
Also, I got a
The
couple
boy wondered.
shenanigans. Her bra was fairly lacy. That lace is gonna show through your spandex. Just saying.
Cosplay.
Maybe it was
Would it
Kevlar.
chafe?
Maybe she was
I feel
wearing
like it would,
Kevlar.
like chafe as
The
she's
lace?
fighting crime.
So
I would be like full on sports bra, like hardcore utility, everything.
I'd go commando.
No lacy pink bra. Sorry about it.
So a lot of people had problems with this this little 30-minute extra. I saw behind the scenes type of stuff before the actual movie came out, and they were talking with the director or whoever the guy was, and he was like, yeah, we're going to add this whole section in there to get audiences a little more attached to Batgirl, you know? Because if you know anything about The Killing Joke, you don't really see Batgirl. Actually, you don't see Batgirl at all in The Killing Joke. You see Barbara Gordon. That's it. She's not in The Killing Joke. It's just Barbara Gordon. And if you were to go into a movie theater and you watch this, you knew nothing about any of the characters, and you just saw somebody get shot, you just be like, oh, he just shot that woman. You have no attachment to that person whatsoever.
But let's be honest. The Killing Joke is a fairly, like, I think fans are the only ones that are going to read.
Have you read The Killing Joke?
I've read the Cliff Notes.
Okay.
I know what happens.
So you're somebody that would watch the movie, and you'd be like, okay, I think I know who that is. That's Barbara Gordon.
Well, I know who it. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you would have no history prior. Like, why is she not Barbara Gordon right now? Our Batgirl right now. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff. It sets up an event that happens.
Which I think is fine. Like adding the prologue, like getting a little Batgirl flashbacks and backstory is great. I just don't think that they had to add a romantic relationship. Like I've always seen it like a father-daughter relationship.
So yes,
right.
That's
made
the other
me very
thing.
disturbed.
Because isn't it usually her and Robin?
Yes, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
She's always depicted as the same age as Robin, and then that's who it is. Now there are some instances.
and Dick Grayson.
There are some instances where it's not the same thing.
And when she grows up, it's her and Nightwing.
There's some
Dick Grayson.
instances still where Bruce and her do get together. In the WB, they actually had a thing where that's why Robin broke up with Batman, because he kept the relationship between him and Barbara.
They made a love triangle?
No, but see, this is the thing. They didn't go so in depth. When you watch the 30 minutes beforehand, when she explains it, she's in a relationship, or she says, I'm involved, right? And then her friend's like, have you slept with him? And she's like, no. So it's a complicated thing from a standpoint, and I think it's a drawing, art imitating life type of thing, where it's this girl probably has emotions for this mentor type of person, but she can't act on them because this is Batman. He's not interested in people like that. He's,
But that's something that like a whole movie could address, not just 30 minutes. Here you go. This
well,
is this.
They could have, they could have done like
No,
a full
it's just-
thing,
it's
but I
too
think
deep.
you would have hated that even more.
Probably.
Because you wouldn't have liked a
Probably.
full blown
I
relationship.
don't know. I don't think I could handle it.
It was a passion, stir the moment type of thing. You see the same thing between Bruce and Talia. Whenever they have their "I'm gonna kill you" two,
and like Bruce and Catwoman too. Like I
Or
love
Bruce and Catwoman.
Bruce and Catwoman. I think are my ultimate like Gotham ship.
so they just spun that little angle with these two.
She's supposed to be a kid, and like,
but she
I
wasn't.
can't.
Get over it. She's an adult,
I
and they
like
had
those-
this one time, and
I
then
like
she even
Babs
gets
and Dick
mad.
Grayson. Babs and Dick Grayson.
She gets mad. We all watched it here, right?
Yeah, we will watch that pivotal scene at least.
Well, no, when she calls
gift.
him, because after that happens, he backs off like some regular relationship type of guy. I'm done. I'm out.
Yep.
Right? Doesn't call her.
Went there. Now I'm done.
Yeah, doesn't call her or anything. So when she finally breaks down and contacts him, and he's really standoffish, he's just Batman basically. She gets pissed off, and she's like, "It was just sex. We can get over this, and go back to the crime fighting thing." But
I still don't like it.
It shows it's like she's an adult, but she's early 20s. She's not over that edge like Batman is, to where it's like, and he says it himself. He's like, "This is still all a game for you. This is fun. This is a thrill. I'm still swooning on my parents getting shot."
See, I still
30
think
something
that,
years ago.
I think they just added it for like extra drama, extra like romance that we don't really see in these movies very often.
Right.
And
But
then
where's the
also
romance?
like they want, I don't know,
A quick bang under a
wouldn't-
gargoyle? Like that's.
But I think they
That's
probably
true.
wanted to make it a little more poignant of like when she gets shot, like this is why Bruce Wayne is so sad about it because.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's necessary. I think that Bruce has such a strong like connection and relationship with all of his fledglings that like he didn't need an extra romance with Barbara Gordon to make it pivotal
for
like,
you, because
Yeah.
you're a comic book fan, and somebody's probably already read The Killing Joke.
I mean,
but
she didn't screw Jason Todd,
but
and
for
he
the
was
new-
real pissed off when he died.
but for the new
Saying. Or
one,
maybe he did. Who knows?
for the
All
new
this stuff.
the new people that haven't seen it, what about them? How did you ease them into a person is getting shot and make it important?
But,
Well,
okay,
that,
that's my point,
Batgirl is
though.
important. She's always
But
been
you don't
important.
see Bat, like I said, in The Killing Joke. When you read the comic,
I'm
you do
saying,
not see
like,
Batgirl.
She could totally like a prologue of them fighting and
Yeah, I was gonna
crime
say,
and,
I
like,
don't need-
that's fine, but we don't need the romantic.
I don't need
aspects.
to think, oh wow, Batman fucked her, so that means her death is way more important.
No,
Well,
like
she didn't die.
Whoa,
no,
spoilers!
But
I
she's
think
certainly
everybody knows the damn thing.
it's really hard, and Batman in the comics, like it was hard on him not because they were romantic, but because
Right.
he truly cared about her and was kind of protecting her and brought her into this world.
The thing I
sort
can
of.
say you can be like upset with, because it wasn't even really about her when he goes after the Joker. He goes after the Joker in the beginning before he even kidnaps all the Gordon family, and tries to talk it out, saying, "Hey, I want to at least give it a shot before one of us kills each other," by talking it out. So he was already focused on a mission anyway. Then she gets shot. But you never see anything about like, oh, I need to go after revenge, or I need to do this and that. None of it ever
No, I mean,
pulls up.
there's always enough. Like the Joker will never go too far. Like there's always something that is bad enough for Batman to want to stop him.
So I can see you being upset, saying that served no purpose because it didn't serve as an emotional
No, not
push
for me.
Batman.
And like maybe somebody who has never even heard of Batman or Batgirl or anything.
That's just crazy.
Like have never. Okay,
Just
well then
living
there you
under
go.
a
You
rock.
said it yourself. We don't need it. It's crazy. Everyone knows Batman.
Mic drop!
The first
Made of might out.
the first part wasn't about Batman. That was about Batgirl. You
Yeah,
said
okay,
if
and we
nobody's
need
ever
a
heard
little
about
bit
Batman.
of Batgirl backstory. That's fine, but we
Yeah.
don't need the romance. It's
And-
unnecessary.
I think what you're thinking when you say new people, you're thinking that the average Joe who will go and see Suicide Squad without ever knowing anything about it is the same audience that's going to go and see The Killing Joke. I don't think that's the case.
No,
because
it's-
there's so much history in The Killing Joke.
It
and like
is.
Nobody's
the
gonna go
R-rated
in.
DC animated films are not for kids.
Right.
Definitely
like
not,
an adult
no.
is only going to watch it if they have some preemptive, like, oh, I read this comic, so I want to see it.
Exactly.
It's not like in the theater where popular culture, mainstream people are going to go see it necessarily.
Right.
Like you have to have like effort put in to buy the DVD or find it online or watch it on Netflix. Like you can't just go to the theater.
They showed it in a couple of theaters, didn't they?
No,
I think it was like
it-
for one night. they
Yeah,
showed it.
but there was like a
f-
premiere, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not like the
A
Suicide
stadium.
Squad.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
right.
it's not
gonna-
It's
gonna
going to
stay
be
in
in theaters
Yeah.
everywhere.
So I
August
think
5th.
that those movies are directed more towards, comic fans.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're definitely. I mean,
And
I
so-
would think all of them, minus all the animated ones, are definitely directed towards the comic fans.
So then, that being said, there's no need to have that in there because the people that are going to go and see it, they don't need to have a backstory. They know the backstory.
It's a feature-length film. That's one thing.
Yeah,
And this
but-
is the
but
part.
most
This is
of
the
them
time. Well, this is the
are.
only one I can think of where I'm actually even defending this thing that I hate. Where if you were to just take what they did, The Killing Joke, you can delete the first 30 minutes or whatever, right? You can
Right.
watch it. They probably, when they come out on the DVD, they'll probably have a cut down version or something just to appease whoever.
All of us.
But
except for Aaron.
Yeah, except for me, because I loved that beginning.
Gross.
But it's a short movie, and when I watched it, I was just like, this would be a very short. It'd be a very good representation of the comic book, because it's literally ripped right off the pages.
Oh yeah, and most of the DC ones are, which is why I like them so much, because you can, your 2D books are now this like moving interactive picture.
But to give me a little extra, like I didn't see anything wrong. I was like, okay, she's very still rookie. That's what that is. She's dealing with a mind game criminal. That's what that is.
He's so much older than her.
I think that's the problem. She's
just a number.
No, stop it. But to be serious, that's what she's keep harping on. Like, she doesn't like the relationship.
So we could argue about that all day long.
Yeah, we really could.
Now the next part is where things got dicey, and this was at San Diego Comic-Con. So there was a Q&A after the premiere. A Joker cosplayer asked the writers why they would downplay Barbara Gordon, such a strong female character, and make her story more about the men in her life. According to Bleeding Cool, Jeremy Conrad, the writers insisted that she was still a strong female character. Conrad, who'd already seen the film and didn't agree, himself sarcastically shouted, "Yeah, by using sex and pining for Bruce." So
who said that?
This was a reviewer. And so when they said that she is a strong female character, he said, "Yeah, she used sex."
What did she use sex for?
Well, they showed her in a sexual light.
Yeah,
they didn't need to do that.
They didn't
show her. They sexualized her. Yeah, they did. She ripped off her shirt.
That's what do you do when you have sex?
Yeah,
am I wrong? Do you keep the bat suits
why
on?
are you having sex?
But why is there sex? Why did they need that? They did not need sex in that movie.
So it's the same thing. Like if you were to
Catwoman,
watch,
Batgirl. No.
So see, she's too caught up on it's Batman and Batgirl. Because if it was the same thing,
I'm caught up on it's Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon.
Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon, no matter what names you put in there. But nonetheless, because they've had other DC cartoons the same way. Look at Catwoman. Why weren't the cries and uproars about that when her single cartoon came out? Did you see that one?
No, I did not, but she's a very sexual character.
So
very sexual.
But she's also a strong woman.
Yeah.
Why couldn't she?
She's a very sexy, strong woman.
She has a character. She has a lot of different personas that they've shown in the comic books, from being like a prostitute to being just this regular old Selena Kyle cat burger.
Barbara Gordon is
so they
wonderful.
In the cartoon they have a full thing where she strips and beats up a guy.
Yeah.
Didn't need to strip to beat up the guy. She could have came in and beat up the guy regardless.
And that's why, and they live in the same universe. Like there's Catwoman who does that sort of stuff, and then there's Barbara Gordon who's like straight edge, straight lace, daughter of a police commissioner.
But all she did
does not need that.
Well,
thrill seeker.
Here's the next part, though. Here's how the thing kind of devolved into a disaster, because that happened. The guy called it out. They gave a response that didn't leave some of the people in the crowd happy, and someone kind of heckled, about using the sex and pining for Bruce. And then the co-screenwriter, Brian Azzarello, he said on the microphone to this kind of temperamental crowd, "You want to say that again, pussy?"
Well,
he definitely didn't address it correct.
No. Okay, I think we're misinterpreting. He was talking to a Catwoman cosplayer.
Oh, okay.
Everybody.
And she's like, "Oh no, I'll sit down."
No, I'm all right.
No, he definitely didn't.
That's a terrible choice of words to use to a guy.
But they didn't need to sexualize Barbara Gordon. They did not.
I don't see where the sexualized
is. It's 2016, Aaron. You gotta think a little bit before you make these kind of decisions.
She's seducing and like.
Here's the excuse.
What movie did we watch, everybody?
What did she not do?
So let me paint the whole.
Wait, hold on. So it says, this is his response after he said the pussy comment.
Okay.
He says, "I don't think she's pining over Bruce at all. She's pining over the violence."
No.
And then he says,
he's wrong on that. No, he's wrong on that.
He's the screenwriter.
Yeah, that's what he's thinking. But like, the only thing I'll give to the heckler.
Aaron's going to correct the screenwriter.
Did you watch the movie? Did you see how?
Did you write the movie?
I'm in a relationship. Oh no, I'm not in a relationship. Like, she's pining over Bruce.
I don't think she's pining over Bruce, but I do agree that she did not need to be sexualized like that with Batman.
So how do you guys agree that she was sexualized when she had...
Because she's ripping off her shirt and crawling up on top of... And her butt is grabbed.
Oh, yeah.
There's a butt grab.
So that sexualizes her when Batman grabs her butt.
because it zooms into her butt.
Okay. That's
like,
what that is.
I don't know. I didn't need to see Barbara's panties.
She definitely has a thing for her mentor, and they play that out. I don't know what he's talking about. She's not pining over.
It doesn't exist in the comics. Like, it just, or at least the Killing Joke.
It doesn't
comic.
exist in the Killing Joke.
Yeah.
It does exist in somewhere in the DC universe.
But it's not mainstream.
No, it was mainstream, because if you read the Gizmondo one, he even mentions it in that one.
He goes on to say, he says, there's clearly an unstated attraction between the two of the characters from the very beginning, and I think it's in the comics too. If you go back and look at the Adam West show, there it is. He said, it's subtle, but it's always been there.
That's fine, as long as it's not acted on.
She's too into it's gross.
We're gonna have to move on. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. These two, I'm sure, will fight about it after the show is over. And if you watch on Twitch, we have a little bit of overtime where we can go into subjects a little bit deeper. But we got a show to do, and we spent way more than I wanted to on the
Barbara Gordon's bra.
Yeah,
on one.
I think we just found the title for this episode.
On 2 seconds of a scene.
Hey,
no. Continue on.
Let's see. San Diego Comic-Con 2016 Spider-Man Homecoming Hall H footage recap. So in a surprise appearance during last year's Marvel Studios panel, Spider-Man Homecoming director John Watts and the film's young cast made an appearance at Hall H. After a few moments with the cast and filmmakers, Kevin Feige? Do we know how to say that?
It's pronounced like beige.
Like it's Feige.
Foggy?
Foggy.
Yeah, it's Foggy. There you go. It's all
Kevin
Marvel
Foggy.
universe.
All right, Kevin Foggy. He decided to show Hall H crowd the footage, which has already been shot for the film. Now, I don't know how I feel about the footage that they show at Hall H but don't release to the public.
Yeah.
I don't like that either. Yeah, no.
Yeah, because I was sitting here like, wait, there's Spider-Man footage? I
Yeah.
haven't seen it.
Right?
But on the other foot, like, what the hell's the point of going to Comic-Con then?
To sit in the line and wait for Hall H.
To see, yeah, so you sit in the line and you watch like a trailer that
even
no
a
one
trailer.
else can see, like or like a teaser maybe.
Yeah.
Like they did it with Guardians
It's eventually going to come out.
Yeah. And I'm surprised somebody didn't have a little camera phone up there.
I gotta say
sure.
that. Oh, no. They if they see a light of any kind in the audience, like they have people patrolling and they will take your phone.
Yeah, you just do a small GoPro under your shirt.
They will
little
take
hole
it.
cut.
But and like I've done Hall H panels and like it's an immersive, amazing experience. But even the Star Wars panel, like they didn't show us anything. Like last year, the amazing Star Wars panel before Force Awakens,
right?
Like, they didn't show us anything exclusive, but they brought us out and did like the symphony thing. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yeah.
Like they made it a great experience without showing us anything exclusive, which is fine.
Side question: how long did you wait? Oh no, wait! You told
didn't.
that story. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah, the waiters.
Because I was waiting. Because I
pissed.
saw pictures of people sleeping.
Oh no, we
overnight.
walked past people.
Oh yeah.
Didn't we? We walked
But
past people
that's a
sleeping.
Comic-Con experience. That's what you do.
Whoa.
And once you're in the hall, like you can stay through all the panels of the day. Like it's not like they're like, okay, Arrow people get out. Next people,
Yeah,
no,
they
like,
do that at
into
other
the first
cons,
one.
don't
you
they?
stay all day.
They do that at other cons, don't they? They usher you out. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah. But at
Oh,
Comic
that
Con, like
sucks.
you wait in line for the day of panels that you want to see. It's not just one.
Nice.
It's the entire. Like I want to see Saturday's panels, so I'm in the Saturday line. I'm in the Sunday line. It's not like
Okay.
I'm just in line for Arrow. No.
Okay.
Peace, Hall H. It's been real.
That's a
Thanks
little-
for that
little
12-hour
better.
wait.
What did they show? I read what they
I did not
shown.
read anything. I've not seen it. The one that they did show that I did watch was Doctor Strange.
Yes.
And I have to say I'm excited for this movie, but honestly, the trailer did not like blow me away as I'd hoped it would.
No,
I don't think any other one
but
will.
It's not a blow you away story.
Yeah.
It's a good storytelling magic thing. It's not the Avengers. It's not. There's
Right.
nothing gonna be there that's gonna be like pow in your face.
But you can still dress
it's
it up a
gonna
little.
be an amazing story, and he's an amazing character, and it's gonna be the acting in that movie. It's gonna be very different from Avengers.
I can tell you what, I'm buying Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Now. It did sell me on Cumberbatch because for a while I was very heartbroken that John Hamm was not going to be.
I wouldn't want John Hamm.
Oh, John Hamm would be the best.
No.
He could play. He is a muse of the acting world. He could play anything.
Cumberbatch is good, and
Crush.
Cumberbatch I feel like is the right age too for the Doctor Strange they want to
Yeah,
show the
okay.
origin story.
Yes.
I'm sold on him. I think he's going to be good. But like, I'm not that excited for Suicide Squad. But I still think the Suicide Squad like Bohemian Rhapsody trailer got me excited.
yeah.
And like
But it's a totally different movie. Like, you got to take Doctor Strange as a separate entity. Like, he is his own universe, essentially.
I wanted more, though. Yeah. I love how, like, when they license a song and then, like, change it to fit, like, that trend that's been going on right now.
You think that's what you wanted from
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, you know what? He's justified in that because they did it with Luke Cage.
They did it with Guardians of the Galaxy.
They did it with Guardians.
I think that Doctor Strange is going to be the movie that a lot of people underestimate because he's not, like, a name, like a household name. Like, nobody knows who Doctor Strange is unless you're a comic fan. So I think that's the movie that's going to blow people away and be very subtle about it.
I hope they don't get too like Inception-y. Like,
they will.
Oh, they did. They basically took the Inception trailer
and threw it in New York.
Green screened Doctor Strange in.
Yeah.
And they said.
But I love the way they're approaching magic though, with the runes, with the Inception type of thing.
Yeah.
That's the right way. I didn't want Harry Potter.
It's going to be a really good movie. It's going to be a good movie.
Yeah, I think it'll be really good.
The way Jessica's describing it to you, Corey, is kind of like she's trying to set you up with somebody that's kind of homely looking. It's like,
terrible.
She has a really good personality.
She's good at math.
I'm like, her Instagram profile picture wasn't that, it didn't blow me away.
Yeah, but she has a really good personality.
Jessica's like, well, she only has 500 followers, so she can't really disappoint you.
So don't think about it that way. Don't think about it that way.
She tells really good stories.
Yeah, she has a really
lot
good
of upward angle
She's
photos.
her own entity by herself.
Chris Evans, but
yes.
I'm glad you're vouching for her. Doctor Strange. I'm glad you're vouching for her. I'm sold. Like, I'm gonna go on the date. I'm gonna buy the dinner.
It's gonna be. We're all comic book fans. We're all gonna see it, but the general populace is gonna be blown away. I think because they don't know who Doctor Strange is. No mom is going to be like, oh, I know Doctor Strange. I remember him. Nobody knows him. No.
Do you think it has enough of like a hook to get people in the door though? Because that's a great.
Cumberbatch did it.
You think so? Is he a huge A-list guy?
Yeah, I think people are going to see it just for him. Too.
He has a whole.
Did you watch Sherlock?
The Cumberbitches. Come on.
Yeah.
Is that really?
That's a real thing.
The Cumberbitches.
When you have a name for your followers.
That's insulting. That's insulting.
People like go on, or maybe don't go on Tumblr. Don't do it. Never mind. Take it back. Like,
don't
ever
intense. Google.
Like Sherlock made
Tumblr.
it for him.
Yeah,
and
Sherlock
I think
is amazing.
a lot of females are gonna go see it just for him.
So you think he has more star power than a John Hamm?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays,
I think he has a different kind of star power.
He's his own universe.
I think he's so popular,
he's
and people know his name and know his work like recently. So I think that even when I saw it, I was like, oh, Benedict Cumberbatch, he's gonna be great. I'm gonna go see it.
What's the last thing Ham did? Batman?
Mad Men? Yeah.
He wasn't Batman's dad? In Batman vs Superman?
No. You're thinking of the dude with 3 names who's in The Walking Dead right now.
Those two look alike.
Oh god.
No, they
can't
don't.
remember
Yeah, they do.
Way different.
He plays Negan, yeah?
Yeah. He's thinking of Negan.
They're all the same person.
Doctor Strange is gonna be good. They're all gonna be good.
There was some information about Guardians of the Galaxy that was going around. I don't know if you guys had heard it. I guess Kurt Russell is confirmed as playing Chris Pratt, Star-Lord's father.
That's been confirmed for not confirmed, but that was speculated for a long time.
His name is Ego.
He's the Living Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we going to see
he's not the Living Planet.
Are we going to see the origin of the Living Planet?
I don't know where they're going to go with this one.
Because they always alluded to his father in the first one, and you're always wanting to know where Star-Lord is from and what all this is. So I think they should delve into at least Star-Lord's origin, if not his father's too. So
and using him, Kurt Russell has a perfect face to be a planet, I think.
I don't think they're gonna.
I don't know if I want to hear that about myself.
I would just love Jessica's face if it was a planet.
I could be a planet. No.
And then what else did we see? Based on the poster, it looks like Rooker's going to have a pretty big part.
Yeah.
And again, that's good, though. I like that.
I did. I loved his character.
He's fun.
It looks like, what's her name? Amy Pond?
Amelia Pond?
Nebula?
What's her name?
Nebula?
Yeah, Nebula's going to have a reoccurring.
No matter her real name.
Yeah. So
Nebula. Nebula Pond.
It's gonna be good. There was the Wonder Woman.
That's gonna be phenomenal.
Karen Gillan, thank you.
I was gonna bug the shit out of me the whole episode.
Wonder Woman. What did you think of it, Aaron?
It's gonna be a good origin story. She just, I just want to see her supervillain because she's super powerful. And then when they show her beating up soldiers, I'm like, they've never had a chance.
Well, there's there's so much you can do to like timeline wise. Like, are they going to end up in modern times at the end of the movie? Are they going to, stay in the 40s or whatever?
That's a weird thing too,
because she's.
I can't stand prequels because I know what's going to happen already. Yeah. And this whole cast,
but she's not like a crazy pivotal like part like. Batman Superman, like that's not a crazy pivotal part of her story.
I mean her surrounding, the people with her.
Like the mascara?
No, like the guy that she finds.
Captain Kirk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you're gonna be dead eventually, and I'm not gonna care. I'm gonna be in the future with the Justice League.
Maybe he could turn into the supervillain and he could live forever. You don't know. You haven't seen the movie.
If they do something like that, I will literally throw popcorn in the air and walk out and go, "Done, everybody."
Done.
You are
DC
fools.
finally.
There's so much they can do with Themyscira, though. That's just gonna be a pretty movie, I think.
From what I've read from the synopsis, there doesn't seem to be a villain. It's her.
What?
Yeah. He comes.
Life is her villain.
No,
she needs a good origin story.
He crashes
and
tells her about this war that's going on in the outside world, which is
World War whatever
something.
Yeah.
And she decides, I could help stop this from happening.
And then Doomsday comes out.
So maybe she's like her own enemy, I feel like, because she's never seen men and she's never been to the outside world.
Exactly.
So now she has to prove herself to get out there by being Wonder Woman.
So it's a timepiece?
So.
Yeah, basically.
It's a coming-of-age tale?
Yeah,
is that what this is?
Because
making my way downtown.
Yeah. And that's what you're excited for? With all the stuff they can do with this character?
Has never seen a man.
I don't think they've given her proper, like, origin on screen. We had, like, Linda Carter, and we've seen some animated stuff, but I think to have a real nice, gritty, like, this is the warrior she is. Like, we don't know how hardcore of a warrior she is. We just assume.
You saw the trailer. She beats the snot out of all of
them.
But that's what we need in a movie.
That she discovers her full power. Like, according to the synopsis.
And there's mythology. Like, there's going to be so much.
You've read a Wonder Woman comic book.
Well, of course, but I'm excited to see it on the...
out of clay
but lots of people don't know that.
From the beginning.
She deserves a great origin story.
I'll give you that. Half the movie should be...
Your origin story is going to be great.
Half of the movie should be her origin.
And it can be, because there's so much to her story. It's so rich.
When she was in Justice League, or Batman vs. Superman, excuse me, and... she says, I've killed things from other worlds before. I want to see those other world things
and that could
come
happen.
at her.
We don't know. We've just seen a tiny little trailer. Like, it really could just like, she defeats World War whatever, and now she goes on to this.
She defeats World War
whatever.
She's
the Holocaust, everybody. That didn't happen.
It's gonna be really good. And
I really want to see some other world creatures. If I don't,
I'm sure, and maybe her training, like that could happen in her training to becoming Wonder Woman. Like I know there's a lot of Themyscira warriors she has to defeat, but maybe they bring in other creatures. Like, who knows? We don't know yet. The movie's not out.
We'll have to wait and see.
It didn't wow me.
It's going to.
The next one.
I'm just an advocate for everything.
Next one, I'm sure, did not wow you, Aaron. The Justice League.
No, I have mixed feelings.
Continuing the DC hype train, Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder gave everyone at San Diego Comic-Con a look at the first footage of the Justice League film, scheduled to hit next year. The footage features Ben Affleck as Batman going around to recruit the Flash, Cyborg, and Wonder Woman.
Don't like that part.
Well, yeah, the only thing I found a little campy was the recruitment thing.
Yeah.
Like when they went in to recruit Flash and he's like, yeah, done. Like that was a little campy and a little Avengers. It sounded a little Avengers to me.
Or how about, why am I Bruce Wayne giving you my secret identity right off the bat?
I don't know, because he could probably like kill him if he wanted.
Could he? When he threw the batarang, he sure didn't look like he can kill a fly on the wall back then. He just.
Oh well, he also has Superman on his side. He could be like, "Soups, get him."
Does he though? Because Superman is not in the trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think that it's gonna be fine. It just did seem a little Avengers, with the like the Nick Fury.
They're trying that.
Bruce
That's
Fury.
They're playing catch up.
But I think that having the different characters and the different dynamics are going to be really cool. Like, I want to see. I'm not excited for the whole Justice League. I'm excited to see Aquaman, to see Flash, like to see them, in their element. Like that Aquaman scene sold me. I'm like, I want an Aquaman movie now.
I like the direction they're going with Aquaman.
Yeah. Aquaman's cool. Yeah. I do like Flash. Like, he's supposed to be funny.
Yes.
I want to see who else they add. Like, if they add Green Lantern.
They're not going to.
It could be. It could have been a surprise. I feel like Cyborg was kind of a surprise to me when I saw Batman Superman.
Cyborg was slapped on there like a bumper sticker on an Audi.
Yeah, but
and I didn't like that.
I liked it. I thought, whoa, I didn't expect to see him. I'm excited now. You know, like
you really are excited about too much. I'm
sorry.
That's gonna happen.
All of my childhood comics are coming to life. I'm really excited.
Cyborg goldfish that you became.
Yeah, Cyborg. He didn't even get a proper introduction. He was just kind of there.
None of them did.
You're Batman.
Hey, none of them did.
Flash got a good one.
Okay, Flash did, but like Aquaman did not.
Got a good
he
one.
swam up and then swam back.
Wait. Aquaman got a good one in Batman v Superman?
No,
I'm talking about this trailer.
Oh, okay.
The trailer.
I'm talking
about Batman Superman.
Okay, we were talking about two different things.
Because I was like, what do you mean they were all like tiny snippets?
No. I was talking about the trailer. Yeah, no.
was terrible.
The trailer,
Okay.
That.
The trailer, they didn't.
What was he, Magic Card?
He got a good introduction. Flash got the good introduction. You know, like, oh crap, this dude's Batman. But they didn't do that for Cyborg.
Maybe they're leaving us wanting more. Like, I want to know more about Cyborg. I want to know more about Star.
Cyborg.
I don't know. I think that they can, because his origin, you know, with his father and with Star Labs and all that is actually very interesting. So if they can spin that in a cool way, and maybe they're not going into him because he's such a pivotal part of the movie. Maybe there's something they don't want us to know.
You want him to be a pivotal part of the movie?
Why not?
I would scream.
My mind is so open. Yours is not.
You sure are. I want them to Killing Joke this thing.
He's
Take it right from the comic book.
You want Cyborg and Aquaman to have a sex scene.
Right.
And Aquaman takes off
childhood ruined.
So is there any? Let me ask you this: is there any superhero that you would see substituted for Cyborg if you could?
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I was going.
So thank you. If you've already got one that fast. To Cyborg.
Okay, well, I've always seen him as a Teen Titan, and I've always seen him as like the Justice League is bringing him in as like
he's a C-lister. He's a C-lister.
But we could also get some of these other key players. Like they're pretty good at keeping things hush hush. I feel.
I'd rather have the Wonder Twins. I'd rather have the Wonder Twins.
Well,
than
damn,
Cyborg.
poor Cyborg.
Ryan Reynolds just needs to show up.
A bucket, and I would love them to transform into like a bucket of water just to do that.
And then Aquaman's like splash.
Yes, exactly. Then have Cyborg. I couldn't stand the shoehorning of Cyborg.
Well, Cyborg, I guess he was like in New 52. They kind of were just like, and Cyborg is no Justice League member.
But because I read an article that they put him in there to add some ethnicity to the
which
main
they could
cast.
easily
I was
do,
gonna make
like
a
Jon
joke about
Stewart.
that. Actually,
it was a real thing.
Affirmative action.
Like they should have done Jon Stewart. I feel like.
Yeah, you have other better heroes.
Although
than
I
Cyborg.
did hear that Jon Stewart, like they were thinking about putting Jon Stewart as the Green Lantern for Justice League the movie, and I was like, but if they put Jon Jones, the Martian Manhunter, then they'll have two Johns, and I feel like they're not going to do that, like the cinematic universe. But they made such a screw up for Hal Jordan that I don't know.
I think you saw what you're going to get though in that trailer. You're going to get those 5.
I feel like maybe DC's going to be like, and here's a little extra surprise at the end.
I don't think. I
think maybe Martian Manhunter is too powerful of a character to have in the playing field.
He's another Superman, basically.
Unless Darkseid is the villain, then
I thought
they
already
could use him.
said what's his name is.
Did they confirm it?
It's internet confirmed.
Well, Darkseid eventually will be in there. I mean, there were too many like allusions to Darkseid in Superman Batman to not have him eventually in the universe at some point.
Yeah, but it'll have to be whenever they resurrect Superman, and then they'll bring Darkseid in. But
which I'm hoping that it's Martian Manhunter. Like that should be the last.
San Diego Comic-Con, they make dreams come true, right? Like all these things we're talking about, all these movies, there's trailers, you get to learn new things, and it's huge, and all this news comes out. But there was one thing that really disappointed a lot of people, and that's when Pokemon Go had their big Hall H show.
Oh, yeah.
The rumor around the con, and I helped perpetuate it.
Oh, yeah, I heard it everywhere.
I was part of the problem. I think I talked about it on like 3 different podcasts I was on down there.
If you're down here, guys.
If you're down here, you're going to want to be at Hall H and get a legendary Pokemon. Everyone thought they were going to drop a legendary because the way Pokemon Go blew up. I mean, that was like the story. When you were not at San Diego or like, doing something, you were playing Pokemon Go. It was massive down there. There's Pokestops everywhere. There's a lure on everything.
Not everywhere.
Well, do you know why I knew that rumor was false? It's because of the safety issues. Like, you know how many people would be posted outside of Hall H, rush the doors? Like, I've seen people rush things. Like, there's a Charizard! Get it!
Yeah.
And, like, it would not And there's no way to contain it. Like, anybody who's outside the building could get it.
There's
there's no way to contain it just to Hall H.
Yeah.
There was photos of people, like you just said, camped outside of Hall H.
Yeah,
Everyone's sitting crisscross applesauce on their phones, just sitting there waiting for this legendary Pokemon to come out. They came out.
Sad.
They dropped like some news. They talked about the gym leaders. You know, so
I
now
wonder,
what did they say about them? I didn't really.
They just gave their like. I don't even know if it's backgrounds, just the pictures of what they look like.
Pictures.
Oh,
and
the
names.
actual in-game people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like something was going to happen with gym.
Oh,
Actual
no.
gym leaders.
It was all fairly boring what was announced.
Yeah.
All I heard
All
was
things
trading is
considered.
on its way. They're
I
working on
wonder
that.
though if Pokemon Go paid Philip DeFranco to tweet that, because it was his tweet that incited it all. I feel like, what if they were like, "Hey, nobody's coming to our panel, so can you tell
There's
them
no way
this?"
that no one was going to go to that panel, though.
It's a
Well,
hottest
I
thing
wonder,
right now.
like, why would he post that? Like,
To
if
troll?
it wasn't confirmed. Was that it? You think? I feel like he got a lot of backlash. At least he should have, because
He's big enough to be above the backlash.
that's true, I
So any backlash he would have got from it would have been, well, whatever. I've got 75 million whatevers.
Yeah, apparently, I'm looking at some pictures that were posted on Twitter during that panel, and like right outside of Hall H, there's a whole bunch of people just sitting on the ground, and then even outside, right outside where Hall H is, from the other
in
side,
the building,
packed,
sure.
which is people waiting for this.
Yeah, because there's no way to isolate
for
it to the
Mewtwo.
one building.
But have they?
Do you think it was a missed opportunity that it didn't happen?
I think
Maybe,
it's a
yes.
safety issue. Like, people would have gotten trampled. Like, nobody could have left the building. Like,
But
it's
can they
hard
even
enough getting
control
people
something
out of
like that?
Hall
They've never
H.
done anything like that already. So what do we?
I mean, it would have been a perfect place to do it in theory, but in reality, I think that somebody would have died. Some small child would have got trampled.
There's no evidence out there that Nintendo or
The Pokemon Company.
Niantic, have even done anything like this. We're like, oh, we're releasing, Charizard in this
Not
area.
yet, but they've talked about, like, and they are like little like geolocators. Like, I'm sure that the company could easily be like, boop, there's that for you.
Probably.
Like, I'm sure they can. And I'm sure they have the legendaries like in production.
Like, they're coded already. It's
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
waiting for
but they're
them
like,
to-
how do you do this? And I've heard that like eventually it's going to be like group efforts to get the legendary.
That's how it should be.
And that would be a great place to do it at Comic-Con if you could only isolate it to that building.
But they can't.
And they couldn't, and it would incite a riot outside. I'm
Yeah.
sure of
Just
it.
isolate
If
it.
Charizard
Big
incites a riot in Disneyland or something, like I've heard in Disneyland,
Seeing
like,
the Times Square thing of a Vaporeon, which to me is a fairly easy Pokemon to attain.
I have
On
5
the
of them.
West Coast.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
what
the thing?
that's what I read in an article. They were like, it
You could
could
just
be a
evolve
regional
them.
thing though. It could be a regional where it's not that many Eevees over in the east.
That's true.
So I don't know.
But still, like massive amount of people, like especially
That's
with their
ridiculous.
San Diego mentality already. Like,
Wow.
it would have been bad.
the San Diego mentality.
No, San Diego Comic-Con mentality. Like, I need to get this exclusive thing now, and I got to do this. And,
She said the San Diego mentality.
okay, San
Drop
Diego
that hard-ass
Comic-Con.
D.
All right, going
yeah.
through some of the coolest things about San Diego is the swag you pick up. Like, the experience is great, but it's that tangible thing you bring home that is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that people usually have to wait hours and hours in line for.
That San Diego Comic-Con mentality.
That San Diego Comic-Con mentality.
Uh-huh.
Did you walk away with anything awesome, Webb?
The only exclusive I got was a Doctor Who T-shirt, and it's a Dalek, but it's like a what are they called? Rocket Pops, red, white, and blue popsicles. Yeah, it's a Dalek as a rocket pop, and on the back it says like Doctor Who San Diego 2016. And I didn't have to wait in line. I walked up, said, "What do you guys have that's exclusive?" And they said these shirts, and I said, "I'll take 2."
Nice.
And I said, "Peace."
Aaron Carter, I know you are not one for tangible things, but did you pick up anything that you can only get from San Diego Comic-Con?
I got to see an old friend of mine that
Oh, man.
That would be his answer.
He's
would
like,
go
I already have the
sentimental.
perfect shirt, so...
I got to see an old friend I grew up with randomly, like out of the blue.
It was another black moment.
And that was
My favorite part was when you had that moment, and we're walking with the guys from NR because we're trying to go to another party.
the after party, yeah.
And Cory just kind of like wanders over and just stands next to you, and just like waiting, like, I'm cool too, guys.
Can I
I get my
absorb
card?
Aaron,
some-
who's that? Can you introduce me? Hey, I'm Aaron's white friend.
Wow.
Cory. You want to be my other black friend?
That's horrible.
I can have 2.
We don't have 3 of them.
But no, it was a cool moment because like I haven't seen this guy in years, and then to randomly meet him in San Diego, like
I'm gonna be honest. I thought he was just excited about your shirt.
It was me jockeying for position. I was like, this is my best friend.
It was like
if this is some old best friend or something.
Horrible.
Did you have a podcast? I'm sorry. Did you have a podcast with Aaron? Oh no, you didn't.
He was one of the old.
You didn't have a 3-year relationship podcastular with.
I thought you say 3 something else.
That's
horrible. With Aaron Carter, because I do. Mr. Dreadlocks.
Mr. Dreadlocks, Ahmad Fuller was his name.
Oh, Aaron Carter. That's why we're friends.
But tangible stuff, no, I didn't get anything tangible.
Jessica.
I thought the coolest thing. Well, the thing is, San Diego Comic Con is not only about exclusives, but free stuff.
Free
They
is good.
hand out lots of free stuff.
Yeah.
And my favorite free item that I received was at the Batman Superman booth, where it's like that giant statue of Superman that says "False God" on his chest, and the Batmobile and stuff. They were giving out Wonder Woman tiaras, like legit. From the movie.
Real
ones?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people with fake ones.
Well,
like
no,
the little,
they're plastic, but like they looked legit.
No. I mean like paper.
Oh no, like plastic, nice ones that like
nice.
I could use for a cosplay.
Nice.
That makes sense because I did see some nice ones that I saw like 2.
they were
I think I saw 2 people with it, and I was like, oh, they had the same.
They
one.
were weathered and they were really cool, so I snagged 3 of them.
They must have ran out and had like paper ones given out to people.
No, the paper ones I think you're talking about are the Sailor Moon ones.
Oh, okay.
They look very similar to Wonder Woman, but they were Sailor Moon.
And they got those at Burger King down there.
Because when she started saying that, I was like, "You excited for that paper thing?"
No, they were nice.
You went to Burger King?
They're nice plastic.
Awesome,
I
though.
could use it for a cosplay because really all you need is like the front part, and then you hide the rest with your hair. So
Cool.
I coined a new term this year, and it's called social engineering.
You coined it, really?
I invented it.
Okay.
I'll vouch for him.
I actually used the term. It was like my friend Cory made it up.
Yeah,
I
really?
legit did at the con. Yes.
Yeah,
It's working. It's moving.
Get it trending, people. # social engineering. Okay. I'll start with the story where I got I got screwed. There was this Fox booth, and they were handing out what I thought was like a random poster. If you're watching the stream, it was a giant table full of these things, and this is a poster tube, and there's a long line, and I heard like from around like, what are you waiting in line for? Oh, we're getting posters. And so I was like, okay, how can I get into this line? There's 2 old ladies, like maybe lesbians, who knows? I don't care. I'm not judging. It's 2016.
Why does it even matter to the story?
Why does Batman and Batgirl matter to the story?
She doesn't like it because she thinks it's gross. Put it that way.
Well,
and you don't even
lots
know
of other
anything about it.
I know enough.
Continue,
Cory.
Cory.
So I align my body in such a way that it appears
Between the old ladies?
Yeah.
that it looks like I'm like their
Their
retarded
beard.
nephew or something like that. And then I hear the lady behind me be like, did he just cut? And then the guy's like, no, I think he's with those 2 old ladies. And I was like, yeah. Got up, grabbed not 1, but 2
Well, damn.
of these things, only to find out 2 days later, completely empty.
That's where
Those
karma
are
hits
coveted
you.
though.
Are they?
Those things are coveted because all the other crap you get goes in there, like all your other posters and shit.
Yeah.
Like they honestly hand out posters like throughout the convention, and those are coveted little containers.
Did
to hold
he
them.
Look at that,
tell you
I
I
didn't
got
even-
one?
No, you got one too?
So I came out the hotel room in the morning, and one of the guys was cleaning the room, and he had a whole bunch of trash. And I was like, "Are you throwing away that tube?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Can I have it?" He said, "Sure." And so I just took the tube.
They're coveted. Like they will be the one thing that's sold out like straight up in the convention because you can use it for anything you buy.
Nope, I got it.
Here's the thing. If you had just grabbed 1, you've been okay. But you grabbed 2, and Karma's like, hell no.
It snapped its fingers.
I wish I had known because I just grabbed all the posters from Fox but didn't have the tube, but now they're all wrinkly.
The next thing I got was I social engineered my way for a 2nd year in a row to the front of the Marvel line. There was this big distraction because, like, I think some big website was shooting a video of cosplayers in that line. And in the shuffle, the kerfuffle, we'll call it, there's this big gap of, like, video going on and a break in the line. And so I was able to snoop right into the other side.
You Snoop Dogged your way.
I sloop.
Please don't.
into the front of the line. Second year in a row. Unfortunately, there was no shirts I wanted, so I bought Elizabeth a Squirrel Girl shirt.
Well, you should have told me you were in the line because I wanted some of those.
Oh,
pins.
I'm sorry. I had you interview a celebrity with me.
All right. I guess you get a pass. But if not.
But if not, I totally would have called you. No. It says "Eat nuts, kick butts." You can only get that shirt there. And the last thing I got, my most coveted thing, is the Magic the Gathering set of Planeswalker cards. So they put out this super exclusive set. You can only get at San Diego Comic-Con of like 5 of the Planeswalkers with a special alternate art. It was one of those things where you had to wait in line like overnight for a lottery ticket to maybe spend $100 to buy it. And we interviewed Mark Rosewater, and the press people were like, "Oh, would you like one of these boxes?" I said, "Yes, I would." And Mark Rosewater was so nice. Like, he autographed it, but he didn't just like sign it. He was like, "Where do you want me to sign it? Do you want me to sign it on the card or on the box?" I was like, "Can you do both?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." Like a pleasure. He wanted to do it. He signed it, and then I was like, "Okay." And the one on the card, he's like, "You want me to sign all the cards? You want me to sign it on the art? You want me to sign it on the words? You want me to sign it on the back? You want me to sign it over the cover? You want me to sign it under the cover?" Like, super detailed, and he's a great guy. Thank you.
You're like, all of it?
It's like, just sign everything.
I would have just pulled out a bucket of paint and then dipped it in there. Like, there, I signed the whole thing for you.
Eddie saw me like getting the cards. Like, just as they handed them to me, Eddie came around the room, and it looked like he just saw his wife like sucking another guy. like that was the expression on his face. Like, "You betrayer." Like, he wanted those cards so bad. And in my head, I was like, Eddie's doing this interview with me. I was going to split the cards with him. You know, there's 5 of them.
You can't break the set.
I was going to break the set for him. That's how I feel, because I don't like to like screw people out of things. Like, and I know how much he wanted it. So I was just like, "Eddie, shut up." They gave it to me. Like, just be quiet, because I didn't want him to like, push more than he should have.
I want one too.
He did that.
That's exactly what he did.
But he did it in that Eddie way where the PR person took out her personal cards, pulled out the set, and gave it to him willingly. Like, not like a, "Here you go, you asshole." She's like,
"I could get another."
I was about to say, she works there. She's like,
"I've
got a car trunk full of them."
Like, what? But he did he get the fancy box?
No fancy box.
You got the fancy box.
Yeah, I got the fancy box, autographed.
Oh, so that picture that he posted was just him holding yours.
Yeah. I don't know. We had such a good time. Thank you to everyone who contributed to our 24-hour live stream. It really took so much of the pressure off.
Oh my God, yeah, it did.
We saved a good hefty amount of money. Thanks to you guys and the Patreon subscribers, as always. We did a lot. Like, we were talking about the fun stuff, but as far as VGB, we were able to network so hard. Aaron did a panel with Janice Davis. It was super successful.
Yeah, I got a lot of good stuff from that. And I want to get the video, too, actually.
Great feedback from that one. I did a diversity panel. Hey, I mean, white is a diversity. Don't laugh at that.
And tomorrow he's assassinated.
So it was amazing. That was super fun. Thank you to Val Complex, who's an amazing writer, for getting me on that. Ivy Doom Kitty was great. We got to do some stuff with her. Jessica, as always, was awesome. It was very gracious with her time and hanging out with us and introducing us to some amazing cosplayers. Someone in chat wanted to know some of the famous people we saw.
Stan Lee.
We saw Stan Lee.
Yeah, saw Stan Lee.
We saw the voice actor from SpongeBob, Tom Kenny. He snubbed you.
You know what? I totally went for the snub. Because I just turned around and said, "Tom!"
Yeah, you did.
And he didn't even flinch.
He didn't flinch, and I respect him for that. I was going for the snub type of thing.
I will not lie. Sometimes I'll be walking, and people will be like, "Batgirl!" And I will just keep walking faster.
Just keep swimming.
Go for the snub.
You just do the grappling hook.
Like, gone.
Webb saw the entire cast of Archer.
And yeah, that's probably my favorite. Then also Grimm, which I started watching the show.
I met DJ Qualls, the whole cast of Man in the High Castle, Bobby Moynihan from SNL, Dimitri Martin, stand-up comedian, Theo Rossi from Sons of Anarchy.
That was probably cool.
Met him, got a
the
selfie.
New guy.
The new guy, DJ Qualls.
DJ Qualls? Yeah, that's his name, DJ.
Oh,
it doesn't sound like a name. It sounds like he's DJ.
Yeah, DJ Qualls in the Hell Show. And then who else did we meet? Oh, Doug Benson.
That's why I didn't introduce him to the black friends.
Hey, Aaron! Do you want to hear my DJ Qualls impression?
Exactly.
I just did it.
Who was the other dude at the bar? The redhead guy.
Other dude at the bar.
Redhead guy, you freaking bum rush down.
I was very drunk.
Yeah, clearly. Curly hair. There you go.
Oh, yeah, the dude from Workaholics.
Yes.
And Dope.
I see him everywhere.
Really?
Like, I've been to so many parties where he is at, and I'm just like, that's the guy from Workaholics, but I don't know his name, so I'm not going to say hi.
He's stalking Jessica, confirmed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Please, if you have not already, check out the rest of the podcast. We have a back catalog that's on VGBstudios.com. You click on the video game bang section. There's other great podcasts there. While you're at it, you can listen to Eddie's Filmlosophers. You can listen to me, Mike, Self, and I, and we have a new show coming very, very shortly that I think you're all gonna love. Top secret at this point, but
it's Disney.
It's Disney.
It's Disney.
Well, for the real David Webb, Aaron Carter, and Maid of Might, Jessica, my name is Cory Vincent, and you have all just been banged.